Hi students, my name is T. Rashekar, working as a lecturer in civil engineering, SRRS Government Polytechnic Sicily. So today I am going to teach you the subject of construction management and entrepreneurship. This is for the 5th semester civil engineering students. Subject code 18C 502 from the chapter that is Introduction and Organizational Aspects. And in the previous sessions, we have seen duties of officers regarding the chief engineers and superintending engineers, and we have seen the executive engineer duties and deputy executive engineer duties also. So now let us see the some more engineers are there, assistant executive engineers and assistant engineer. So let us see now. So objectives. On completion of this period, you will be able to know the functions of administrative officers, and so we have seen the duties of executive engineers and deputy. Now we are going to see the assistant executive engineers and assistant engineering government departments. So let us see assistant executive engineer or assistant engineer. What are their duties? So here assistant executive engineer is the primary element in the engineering department. So he is the primary element and primary member in the engineering department. So he assistant executive engineer qualification is also graduation of any engineering stream. So the post will be getting by the Public Service Commission exam. Okay, the students will be selected through the written test and interview by the Public Service Commission exam. So the assistant executive engineer will have the good qualification and skills. So after the deputy executive engineer, this assistant executive engineer should be report to the deputy executive engineers, whether as executive engineer also. So here executive engineer plays a major role in the construction sites. So he is the authority of the person in the site premises. He have the some important works in the construction site also. So here engineers with diploma qualification are designated as assistant engineers. So you can see here whoever the engineers are there, so they with minimum qualification of diploma they will be qualified as assistant engineers. But coming to the assistant executive engineers, they should have the minimum BTech qualification, that is BE or bachelor's in degree. Okay, so bachelor in degree, they should have graduation completion should be there for the assistant executive engineers. And so these assistant executive engineers and assistant engineers are working in a site. They will be look after the construction works and running successfully, so completing the works without any disturbance in the constructions, and they will be reporting to the their site in charges and their divisional engineers. And both the officers discharge the same duties and called as section officers. So here AE and AWE is called as section officers also. So their duties are both same, it will be there, but the name is different, but their functions and works are also same. So these assistant executive engineers and section officers uh, will be working in a time in the office works or in the site works depending upon the work. Okay, so in each and every department the assistant executive engineer and assistant engineers will be there. So they will be working for the government purposes, and they will be checking the sites and inspecting the sites with the proper channel. Okay, so here they are assisted by work inspectors. So they will call as work inspectors also. So this AWE and assistant engineer will be periodically inspecting the sites. If any works are going on, they have to inspect the site and they have to check it, and they have to follow up the and they have to execute the construction works compulsory. So nearly here in each division, in each circle division, the construction activities will be going on. So when the construction activities are going on, the divisional engineers or these assistant executive engineers should be properly mandatory, and they should be checked and inspection should be done. So these are they will be assisted by the work inspectors also. So now let us see what are the duties of assistant executive engineer and assistant engineer. So their duties are very important in the construction site. So let us see. The duties are categorized with the respect to the following. First is new and maintenance works. So how they will be maintaining the site and how they will be properly approaching the site. Okay. In the construction, they will be seeing the maintenance works or any qualification works which are there, any other scrutinizings which will be there, they will be checking it. And next is planning. So what is planning, So planning of a construction site or any building drawings which will be executed by them. They will be verified and they will be done the planning. What are the works to be done in the construction site daily or in monthly and weekly. So the progress of the work will be recorded by them. So they will have the registers which like duties of their work registers also will be there, and their logbooks also will be maintained. Okay, and attendance registers also will be there. So everything will be planned before itself. Next one is stores. So in coming to the stores department, we are having so many stores also. In store department also you can see the categorized with the respect of the following. The assistant executive engineers will be look after the in-store materials. What are the equipments and materials are there? They have to be checked in the stores also. So the certain stores in the materials or any required items are there, they have to keep the intent and they have to keep the budget proposal to the government, so that the construction works will be running without any disturbance. Then the next one is accounts. So in the account section also, the assistant executive engineers will be checking the details of their taxes and incomes also. So their income and taxes and any other categorized just like bills or any other purposes, they will be checking on. So here the assistant executive engineers and assistant engineer will be looking the regarding the account section also. So some of the duties of assistant executive engineer or assistant engineer with respect to new and maintenance works. So they will be collects the necessary data for preparing estimates and drawings. So whatever the specifications or designs are there for the drawing plans, they will be collecting it and they will be preparing the data in the site. Okay, so they will calculating the estimates of earthwork excavation and building columns. Okay, and taking the steel calculations and bar bending schedules, details, everything will be estimated and prepared in a data sheet. So this data sheet is also called, we will detailed estimate and abstract estimate. So whatever the estimate they have done, they will be recorded in the measurement book also. And the drawings which are there of a structure for just like a building or any bridges or any canals. So as per the drawings, they will be preparing the data. So their standard sizes and their concrete meter cubes and quantities of concrete and meter square, okay, and in units or in the length kgs of steel, everything will be prepared in the data sheet. Okay, and supervisors works under his charge as per specifications. So the AE or AWE, they will be supervising or executing the works under their charge. So as per the specifications, they have to follow the principles and guidelines of the specifications. So they should be execute the work in their own way as per the specifications, and they will be procures material, tools, and plan from the stores. So generally, these assistant executive engineers or assistant engineers, they will be procuring the materials also. So they will be establishing the tools and plans from the sources, stores also. So whether the materials are there in the stores or in any places which are there or not, and the materials which are having sufficient quantity or any other items to be brought to the stores, which they will be calculated and they will be estimated will be done in the data sheet. So that will be given the report to the his senior super in charges, just like a deputy executive engineer or executive engineer. So with them, the budget proposal will be approved from the government and it will be submitted to the construction sites, and they will arrange as security for the departmental material, tools and plan under his charge. So they will be keeping the securities also at the site premises or in the divisional offices. So they will be looking after the site things and under their charge, because they are the in charge of the materials, tools and plans and everything which are under their division. So under the division of these materials, whichever are there, they should be sufficiently maintained safety and they should be taken proper care. Okay. So because of any other miscellaneous items are missing, if any problem occurs, that will be charged by the AE or AW. So they will be arranged the security from the departmental materials, tools and plans, and they will be measures the work done by the contractor or departmental labor. So whatever the calculations are there or any measurements are there, they will be taken from the site and by the contractor and departmental labor also. So from the with the help of labor and with the help of the contractors, they will be measuring the work done statements also, just like they will be taking the measurements of the sites, footings, columns, slabs, and they will be written in their record works and data sheet. And they will be preparing abstracts of measurements for preparing bills. So just what I said just now, the abstract report, that is abstract estimate and detailed estimate, will be prepared by them. So with that detailed estimates, they will be taking the measurements from the site and they will be preparing the bills. So these bills will be prepared by the generally from the calculation of quantities. So the calculation of quantities which were starts from the earthwork excavation to final finishing of works. So just like a building calculation, you can see what are the estimations will be there. Generally you can think earthwork excavation, footing calculation, steel calculation, column height reinforcement calculation, stirrups calculation, length of the bars, so that everything which is calculated in the data sheet, so that will be made as a preparing of bill. So totally abstracts also should be prepared. Abstract means the discrimination of the such a work or any taken measurements, and they will preparing the recovery statements for supplies made to the contract. So whatever the materials or any other certain amount which was given to the contractor, so they should be recovering the statement from the supplies, because when the work is finished or work is stopped, any other problems occur, they have to keep the recovery also, so that's which how much they have given and how much the recovery was done, they should be written here. Okay. and they will be submitting the progress reports indicating any bottlenecks. So here submitting the progress reports means with indicating any bottlenecks means without any hesitation or any other problems. So they will be submitting the progress reports to their authorities, that is executive engineers or deputy executive engineers. So from them the report will be submitted to the higher officials. And next you can see preparing completion drawings, deviation statements, etc. So here you can see the drawings also will be taken by the AW and AE. So they will be completely studying the drawings. If any diagrams are missing, if any specifications are missing, any other measurements are wrong, they will be rectified and recorrection will be done. So deviation statements, etc. So deviation statements which are there related to the work, which are given to the work which were not done as per the specifications, that will be called as deviation. So that statements which are showing any other missing or any hold amount, that will be called deviation statements. So nothing but these are all things will be identified by the, and they will be preparing the completion of drawings also. So these drawings are prepared by the assistant engineer and assistant executive engineer. They will be checking the complete drawings and complete study. So if any measurements or any mistakes are there, it will be rectified by them. So duties of, so here in the duties of executive engineer and assistant engineer continuation. So they will be preparing the abstracts of measurements for preparing bills, and they will be preparing the recovery statements for supplies made to the contractor also. So whatever the recovery statements are there, they will be recollecting from the contractor, and they will be submitting the progress reports indicating any bottlenecks. So without any problems they will be submitting, and preparing completion drawings, deviations or statements are there, they will be found out, and they will be preparing the estimations for additions and alterations. Suppose in additions and alterations you can see in estimations if any anything wants to add, just like steel bars or any other excess quantity of materials or any excess quantity of work should be added, so that will be modified and redrawn, and if any alterations would be done, so any mistakes are identified, so that can be corrected and removed from the estimations also. So because these estimations are finalized by the AW and AE only, so until they finalize, the bill will not submitted to the superior in charges. So whatever the rectifications are there, they will be scrutinized and they will be finalized in their under control. And the next, preparing rough cost estimates, designs, quantity of materials. So not only the AW duties are not to inspect the site or not to control the site and execution, they have to prepare the rough cost estimates also. Rough cost estimates just like for the buildings or any bridge works or any other construction works, they have to take the each and every item measurements in the measurement book, and they have to find out the designs, and they have to take the quantity of materials also. So how much quantity of cement is required and how much quantity of bricks are required for a building, or and what are the materials should be used in the construction purposes. So they will be rectified and they will be preparing the rough cost estimates, and they will be sending for the budget approval. So this is the prime duty of the assistant executive engineer and AE. And they will be calculating the plinth areas and floor areas from drawings. So if any building drawing is there, so we will have the in the diagram, building diagram, we can see the plinth diagram and we can see the floor diagrams also. By calculating the carpet areas and plinth areas, we will know the total building area. So they should calculate the how much area the building was, the construction will be done, and they should have to know the fundamental principles of marking also. So everything will be calculated by the AW and A, and they should checking the survey reports, tenders, deviated item statements. So they have to check the survey reports also. Before the construction of site, they have to check the compulsory the survey reports. So in the survey reports, what are the ground levels are there, and what are the any other undulating any items are there. So how the water levels are there. So they have to check the totally survey reports what are described in that, and they have to check the tenders also. So in the tenders, they have to check the from which the person the tender was accepted, who is the person and which company has got the tender, okay, and what is the cost of the tender and bid of the amount. So that should be checked, and as per the tender policies, the contractor should be get the amount, and they should be finalized, and they should be give the permission to the approvals. And deviated item statements, so any other item statements which were wrong are given heavy cost or very less cost, so that type of statements will be kept on hold. So the survey reports are prepared by the civil engineers, those are having in the planning engineers and site execution team. So they will be preparing these survey reports, and they will be keeping the all the earthwork levels and ground levels which were before construction and after construction, so that you can know the survey stones and the survey chainage lines which are there, and how the construction will be done in the survey report. So the survey report is very important for the starting stage of construction and the financial final stage of the construction. And they have to scrutinize the and they have to scrutinizing the drawings prepared by the architects. So that means they have to check the diagrams and drawings whether the architects are drawn correctly or not. So they have to identify the measurements of columns and footings, and columns, footings and foundations, slabs, whether how much thickness of slab should be constructed, and what type of steel should be used, and what are the grades of concrete and steel should be used, and how many number of bars will be there, and how many number of columns are there, how many types of columns are there. Each and everything they have to scrutinize by seeing the drawings. So if any grievances or any mistakes are found in the drawings, so they should be informed to the concerned in charge, site in charge, and they have to give the information to the architects. So the architects will be resending the drawing by correcting the mistakes, and we can be do the latest construction as per the drawing. So before scrutinizing only we will know the mistakes. But without scrutinizing the drawing, if we start the construction, then later we will get the problems. And next, examining arbitration cases. So arbitration cases are generally in the site conditions we will get rarely. Any accidents or any other strikes or any local cases which will happen, that will be have to examine by the AEE and Aee. So they have to keep in the mind why this problem is occurring. So they have to rectify the problem and they have to solve within the is control, or they have to inform to the in charges who are there with them. And examining cases related to the approval of materials and specimens. So they have to examine the cases also, just like regarding the materials and specimens, the quality and testing reports, the standard specifications, whatever is there, they should be find out and they should be tested in the laboratories. So then they have to write the report as per the specimen copies and materials which are there. And next, carrying out surveys and preparing survey plans. So they have to check the survey reports and prepare the survey plans also. So if they preparing the survey plans and carrying the surveys with the help of the instruments, dumpy level or theodolite or total station, they have to do the survey and they have to prepare the maps also. So by taking the levels and everything, they will be preparing the survey plans. Carrying out laboratory test on soil, cement, steel, aggregate, etc. So they have to test the soil also. So soil test will be done in the laboratories by taking the sample of soil in a mold. So that is known as soil bearing capacity. Okay. So and the cement also we are having the three types of tests. That is, one is initial and final setting time test, and fineness of cement and soundness of cement. So these three tests are very important for the cement. Okay. And next, steel. Coming to the steel, we are having the to test the specimen of the tension of the steel. Okay. We will be doing the tension test of the steel, that is with the testing machine. And aggregates, we are having the different types of aggregates. Those are coarse aggregates and fine aggregates. So these coarse aggregates are of size 40 mm, 60 mm, and so generally 35 to 40 mm. And coming to the fine aggregates, you can see 25, 20 and 50. So 10 mm will be there. And moreover, in aggregates comparing, you can see sand also. So in the sand also we are having the three types, that is coarse sand, medium sand, fine sand. So this sand is also which will be useful for the good construction, means river sand is will be the very useful for the construction. So their duties is to carry this laboratory test as per the specifications, and they have to write the final result in the result book also. So that they can know the materials or cement or which are using the quality or not. Next, taking delivery of stores, checking and reporting shortages. So this means here from the stores, they will be taking the materials and they will be collecting the samples also. So from these samples, it will be tested whether the quality materials are using or not, and checking the data reports also. So such items which are there or any deviations are found, so they will be not useful for the construction. The next, keeping in safe custody and properly storing the material. So they will keep the material in the safe custody, that is in the offices of them, in the divisional offices or any other site condition, they will keep the materials and properly storing them. So because to take the report and data, prepare the data and upload for the upcoming projects. Next, issuing materials, maintaining stock books and accounts of materials. So this is the another category. They should be maintain the materials also. So issuing the materials, they should take the receipt. So whatever the material you are taking, we should give the receipt in and out. So whatever taking the materials, that should be received from the so and so company. So whether it is number of numbers or cubic meters or any cubic meter quantities. And we have to maintain the stock books. These stock books you can see in the store room. So where the stores are there in divisional offices or in the construction sites, you can see the store room will be there. In that, this stock register, in stock register, how much stock is there will be entered, and what is the balance of stock will be there. And today, how much stock was gone outside, and how much stock was spent outside. So any other items again given back or not. So whether it is in the site condition or not. So that will be checking the stock books also. And as per the rate they have bought the stock or not, or over expenses they have kept, if any problem arises, that is known as maintaining stock books. And accounts of materials. So the materials which are there, accounts they will be maintained. So that materials also they can be identified and they can be done. So such materials are good quality, it will be useful. But whereas any other low quality materials are there, they will be not taken. And submitting reports and returns as instructed. So here the reports and returns which are there, they will be submitting to their senior persons and they will be giving the concerned authorities. So these problems where arises generally anything happened in the site condition. So the reports which were prepared by the AW and AE, so they should be given feedback and the reports should be of correct suggestions. So then they will get the returns as they were instructed as per the policy schedules. And next, they have to verify the bills of suppliers. So who are the suppliers? The materials who are supplied to the construction sites, them we will call as suppliers. So how many types of suppliers will be there means whatever the work is going on with any type of material. So for them we will call suppliers. For example, you can see cement, sand, aggregates, steel. So these are all nothing but you can see we will call those who are supplying the materials from quarry. You know the quarry? So where the stones and aggregates which are available from the quarry, we will call them as quarry. So from the quarry, these materials will be supplied and whatever the materials are supplied, they should give the receipt compulsory. So the receipt it will be mentioned how much quantity of material was there in the truck. With the vehicle, they will be supplying the materials to the construction site, and at this time we have to check the materials as per the how much quantity is there with the help of the tape or any other instrument we have. So we have to measure the length, breadth and depth and quantity. So the total quantity will be there. And then next we can see the suppliers which are brought the materials to the site. We have to take the receipt, that is in receipt we have to check how much quantity was received to the site. So this we should be recorded in the storeroom. And after that, whether the quantity of material is received is correct or not, we have to check it by taking the measurements in the site itself at the empty vehicle or with load vehicle, so that we can clarify and we can rectify the material was came very the whatever on the receipt the quantity is there, the load was correct. Okay, so that is nothing but verifying the bills of suppliers and from which the supplier the name of the person should be there, and from where the material is coming and who has given, what is the cost of the material of quantity should be mentioned in the receipt, so that the receipts which we are getting from the concerned company, it should be recorded in the book. So next, and initiating action regarding the disposal of surplus or unserviceable articles and materials. So if any discrepancies or any other materials which are found not usable or any other plants or tools or wastage, if any other they're damaged. So such type of unserviceable articles and materials will be taken immediately action by the AW or AE, and that should be disposable from the site. So they will be disposable of surplus means they will be moving from the site or removing from the site, and they will be kept in the another way, that is known as the initiating. So this initiating action will be done with the AW and AE within that time. And next, submitting immediate reports of thefts and accidents. So these immediate reports of thefts and accidents will be done by the AW. They will be checking any other missing data, any materials were missing, okay, any other quantities are missing, so they will be rectified. So this will be done at the time of the moment when they have done the inspection in the site. So submitting immediate reports of thefts and accidents means in the site we can see so many accidents will be occurring due to careless of workers, due to careless of not keeping or following safety rules and regulations, not keeping the helmets, not wearing the shoes, goggles, hand gloves, and working at height, so slipping from the down. Okay, so if you they cause the accidents, but they will be covered in the register. No accidents were done in the construction. So this will be known when the work was stopped by the companies or any other labors. So that will be written in the registers also. So that's why they have to submit the immediate reports. If any theft was happened in the site, if any material was lost, it is very heavy cost. And if the steel was gone, and if the cement bags were lost, so here one cement bag is very so much costly. So they will be adding a remark on the company. So that's why they will be periodically inspecting the sites. And next, coordinating with other officials for procuring the required material. So they will coordinate with the other officials also. Generally, in one department, AWAE will be there, and another department also. They will consult and coordinate with them whether the required materials are useful or not, and whether we have to bring down any other materials to the site or not, it is required or not, they have to check it. So that is nothing but coordinating with other officials. So that officials were informed and given a suggestion to the concerned AEW and AE, and they will be bringing the material back to the site. So This will be the some of the duties of the AW and AE. So they are the graduation members which they are until working. So their serviceable articles and materials which will be there, they will be disposal also. So maintaining the account of temporary advance and interest. So here one of the things are maintaining the account of temporary advance and interest. So the accounts which are there, we should not maintain temporary. So we should be the permanent and they should be checked the any other things on it. And next, marking the attendance in muster roll and disbursing the amount after closing NMR. So NMR means nominal muster roll. So this is for the labor, it will be there. So in NMR, the supervisor will be written or contractor will be written their muster rolls. So marking the attendance in muster roll is very important. So wherever when you came to the construction sites, we have to take the attendance, how many members are present. And if any person is missing, we will be known in the evening also. So that's why morning and evening attendance must be taken for the labor as well as for the staff also. So in muster rule is only for the labor only, but for staff it will be there, attendance registers will be there and biometric machines also will be there. So for disbursing the amount, how much amount they should give, they should be follow as per the NMR rates. So after the work completion, they will give the as per the nominal master roll rates. And next, preparing pay bills for work charged establishment dispersal. So whatever the works are done, so for them they will prepare the bills and they will give the work charged and they will be dispersing the materials. And next, preparing preparing bills for the completed work and making payment to the contractors. So here the contractors who are there after the completing of work, they will keep the bill to the government. So the government should check the bill. So who is under the government? AW and AE. So they will be checking the bills and they will be identified any corrections are found. So they have kept the bill as per the work or any extra amount they have kept. So they will be making the payment as per the bills contracted. And keeping up to date accounts for materials at site, tools and plants. So this is a very important. We have to keep up to the date the materials and everything in the site premises. So in this class finally we have learned about functions of administrative officers in the state government engineering departments and duties of executive engineer, deputy executive engineer, assistant executive engineer. So these are the duties of executive engineers and compulsory. So in government stream these are very important. So I hope everyone understood. So the in the every department the engineer duties are this only. So there will be no change in this. So these duties of engineers are very important in the administrative sectors, whether as technical section and in the construction projects and the government works are very important. Okay, so I think everyone have understood. So let us see the another topics in the upcoming classes. So AW and AE are main and EE executive engineer is the key role person in the department. Okay, I hope everyone have understood. Thank you. Have a nice day.